Hey yo, welcome back to the High Kicks podcast. It is our first episode of the season. We are really late. We know. Shocker, shocker, Carl's not here. Chad, how you doing?
You know, I was gonna do a 6-7 joke, but considering we're on attempt number three, I will not play that game.
Yeah, I was gonna be annoyed if you had tried that again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm annoyed that we're having to record this right now. We tried once last night, and then we got 30 minutes into the episode and my Wi-Fi went out and I lost connection to Zoom and vMix. So we are here for take three, but I'm just gonna jump right into this. Chad, this black magic fuckery cannot continue. My heart cannot take it.
Well, Brian, when you are clearly in tow with the FBI and you are obviously you've had to have hired like an Etsy witch like the Mariners have and behind the scenes that the people are not noticing, but I am noticing. I have noticed, but
You have
uh
noticed?
I have hashtag noticed.
I just really I've watched almost every match this season for Liverpool, and I just part of me wants to say champions with champion mentality find a way to win games, but there's a serious element of luck to what's going on right now.
I I know it was his first match, but God, Isak looks he kind of looked pee pee poo poo, man.
So he kind of looked pee pee poo poo, but yes, first match. You also have to understand he hasn't been training. He hasn't.
He's also playing against actual wizards. He's playing against the League of Wizards who demand
Yeah,
to be taken seriously.
yeah. Like I'm not worried, and this is not a Liverpool fan bias. This conversation is gonna skew off away from footy for a little bit. But I think in every sport, we judge people way too soon. Like even the whole I mean, I made some kind of post for Kai Havertz's 007 for Arsenal because I thought it was funny. But the whole notion of expecting every single player to hit the ground running. I mean, we're looking at the NFL right now, and people are like, JJ McCarthy is terrible in 2 games. For Isak, it's
Yeah,
been 1 game. I mean, for Verts, it's been what, three, four.
we are two
For
games. So
Cunha and Buemo and Sesko, it's been three, four.
it,
Like,
it really 007 could happen for words if you don't count the Community Shield match. So are we going like
I don't know if you count that or not because it's
we are at
technically,
five. We
it's
are at five
technically a
games.
competitive fixture. But all of the news and media outlets are saying Liverpool are 5 for 5 on the season. So I don't really know. I'm going to count that as a competitive fixture. I'm not going to lie.
That way, so you could get out of the 007.
No, not even. Just so it's not a 5 for 5 start. When teams win the Community Shield, they're like, oh, yay, we won a trophy. We got such a great start to the season. And when teams lose the Community Shield, they kind of dismiss it as like a glorified friendly.
Yeah, it completely depends on who won and who lost. Because like Crystal Palace, it's like
It's a big win
another
for Palace
trophy.
when they won
It's
that
a big
match.
yeah, it's a big win for Palace, and obviously Liverpool. It's like it would be a cherry on top too. At like when we are sitting here in May, like it would be a nice cherry on top to a great season.
Exactly.
It'd be like, oh, they did this and also won the Community Shield.
So I kind of almost in a sense of from a team sense, I'm gonna count that as a competitive game. But for the 007 sense, I would probably say it could still apply. And I don't really know if that's valid. I think I just lost Chad for a little bit. I don't really know where he went. I'm just gonna kind of ramble a little bit until we can figure out what happened. But I just overall this Liverpool match. I think they looked pretty good. Like Chad said, Isak was a little underwhelming in his debut, but I think it's unrealistic to think that he was going to go out there without a preseason, without anything, having signed on deadline day and then going over into a international break. It was a pretty decent showing. I had PTSD from Marcos Llorente because he's the one who knocked us out of the Champions League back in 2020 with that late brace, and he scored two quality goals today. That second goal was an absolute stunner. I I'm kind of at a cross with this Liverpool start though, because I don't really, like I said before, champions do find a way to win games, but winning every single match in the 83rd minute or later is kind of a wary way to start the season. So we got Chad back. I think we just lost Chad again. Oh no, he's
Hi
here.
guys. Hello guys.
Wolfgang Chadadeus Mozart has returned.
Long time no see. The government tried to silence me.
Jesus Christ, Chad, can we keep, even though it's joking politics, can we keep it away from the pod? I'm leaving this in, but like, come on,
It's
my
not even
dude.
that. It's not even political. I mean, you could take that as any sense. The I didn't even say which government. It could be any of them.
True, FIFA's trying to silence Chad.
Exactly, dude. The global soccer community does not want me to expose the truth.
I gotta ask you a question. I mean, I just went on a little bit of a Liverpool rant that if you want to hear it, you can listen to the show when I upload. But I wanna ask you a question. Did you see the penalty for Real Madrid against Marseille?
Um, yes,
How is that gonna get called as a handball? That is
because they
that is
deserve it.
That is the most arm in a natural position thing I've ever seen. What do you want a player to do when they go in for a sliding challenge like that? Tuck his arm underneath his body? Like,
I think he should take his arm off of his body like a Lego figure and put it back on when he's away from the ball.
I mean, while that would make sense, he does not have a metal arm built by the Wakandans like Bucky Barnes. But I do want you to give like a genuine take on this. Like, what is he
No,
supposed to
so
do?
no, genuinely nothing. I am just being pessimistic because it's Marseille out of all clubs getting that penalty.
I mean,
Um,
look, we have reasons why we like Marseille's shortcomings. Greenwood.
but
But
also what happened with Crystal Palace,
that also,
and
but it's not a pen for me. It's just
it's
not.
not. No, it's not. It's peak Vardrid.
I
Like
see it as no different when a player, if they're running and their arm is in a natural position, or if they jump and their arms are in a natural position and that doesn't get called. Where is your arm supposed to go?
no, it that's like a genuine concern for the future. To kind of like if that gets called, then you're going down a very slippery slope. If like that call isn't corrected and they're like, yeah, we made the wrong call, shit happens. But obviously that's not going to happen. Um, it is most definitely not a penalty. Like it is like we've said it already.
Yeah, I
His
mean,
arm can't go anywhere.
talk about a natural position. I I'm happy the Champions League back. I really am. I picked the wrong game to watch on Tuesday. What?
You did.
I picked the wrong game to watch on Tuesday because I saw Juve and Dortmund at 0-0 at the half, and I saw the Madrid match, and I was like, oh, this Madrid match could get interesting. And then I checked in on the score of the Juve Dortmund match, and I missed an unreal half of footy.
You did.
Like, oh my God. And the
I
crazy thing is, I was sitting watching on my couch. I have a laptop. I have a computer where I can swivel a screen out. I could have been watching multiple games. Do not turn
Yeah,
that camera away from that
I'm
cat.
not. I'm not. I'm just trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it balanced. Don't even give him the satisfaction.
Well, does what's the cat's name?
Mango.
Does Mango have anything to say? I guess not.
No, he's now on the thing. Get off.
His Mango. Pardon the interruption for Chad's girlfriend's cat, from what I can only assume being on his soundboard.
It's okay. We're good. Why did the sound come out?
No, I just thought it was really funny that you were complaining about it.
Well, I was scared that it would. Um, I find it really funny that we finally saw the Vlahovic that has been advertised to us for
Years.
5 years. It's taken literally half a decade for him to finally be like what we saw against Dortmund. And it's like, what's he at for the year? I think he's at like
How long has he been at Juve?
he's been at Juve since the 21 year.
It's been that long.
Yeah, he's been there since he was like 20, dude. Now he's 25. And he's had, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's like been awful. Like he's like reached 15 goals like the past 2 years. He almost reached it in 22, but it's like considering back at like 2020, this guy he was like advertised. At least it felt like he would be like Holland-esque
Yeah, he
to
he joined
have,
Juve in 2022 from Fiorentina.
yeah. And it's like to have like to go from like he hasn't like reached 20 goals in a club season with Juve since joining them. It's been kind of disappointing, albeit plagued by injuries, but he's at like 6 or 7 to start the year. I think it's 6. And he looked really, really fun. He had 3 goal contributions in like half an hour against Dortmund.
Which is
So,
insane.
so it's like, is this the year? Are we finally gonna see like actually elite Vlahovic for Juve, and where does that put them on the map?
I think Juve's success is more centered around Kenny Yildiz.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been utterly phenomenal, and if you put him in a La Liga or in the Prem, I mean, and when I say when you put him there, if he was performing as well as he is in Serie A for Juve in those other two leagues, he'd be one of the most talked about youngsters in the world.
yeah. Unfortunately for the Jonathan David fan club, it's most likely over.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And he's been okay, but I don't
Yeah.
know. It's going to be really hard to keep Vlahovic on the bench. I know, like they've been sharing minutes. I just don't know how you can justify not starting him. And Weston McKennie's kind of chill.
Weston McKennie is kind of chill.
And I just think Coop Miners is a really funny last name.
I second that statement. Dude, you know who like one of the most unplayable players in the world is right now?
Like unplayable as in he's so bad, or unplayable as in he's so good.
The second one.
Okay, because there's a lot of unplayable players that I know right now personally, but
Michael Elise is horrifyingly good at this game.
yeah.
Like, oh my fucking God.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Byron's scary. Byron's good, especially with how good Chelsea have kind of looked at times. Seemingly easily beating them 3-1 is a scary sign for what could potentially be to come from Bayern this year.
I will say I've never been, what's it called? I've never this Chelsea back line has never been a needle mover for me. Like I've seen like Caicedo and Enzo basically try to single-handedly carry like the back middle of that pitch. It's Like, no offense to Chalaba, no offense to like whoever they usually have back there. Like, that's always been the problem with me is that no matter how good they've been in attack, I feel like better teams will really take advantage of how like mediocre that back line can be in games.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can have Neto, you can have Cole Palmer, like João Pedro, like they're all due for a good game. And like they might give you a brace, they might give you two, but if you have a back line that gets like overwhelmed,
Malo
really,
Gusto, Chalaba, Tosin,
it's like
Cucurella.
that's just four like guys who just aren't gonna move
All
the
right, so
needle
I'm not
for you.
gonna. Cucurella has been
But
phenomenal over the course of the
oh
last year.
yeah, I get that. Like Cougar, like he's probably the only one where it's like he's
Yeah,
due for a good game. But even then, it's like, is he a needle mover or is he a cog in the machine?
I think based on last season and for how well he played for Spain, he's more of a needle mover than a cog in the machine.
I maybe I see more to believe it, but
Also, we haven't even talked about the man in goal for Chelsea, and he's not.
should be Petrovic. But
Isn't he not even there anymore?
no, he's not even there anymore. That's even the funniest part. They said fuck this. We're gonna keep Robert Sanchez, and it's like okay,
Yeah, Robert Sanchez is not very good.
he's not.
He's just
Talk
not.
about talk about talk about non-needle movers. Talk about unplayable. Like,
Robert Sanchez, very playable on his day.
oh yeah, he needs the right day of the week though to be playable.
Yeah, but Bayern look good. I mean, it's one
Very
game. It's one game in the Champions League. I don't want to overreact to anything.
yeah, but at the same time, it's it's like it's I feel like Neuer with any back line is terrifying.
Yep, I agree.
So it's like even if you're not moved by Ta and Upamecano and whoever they also usually have, like a front four of Olise, Luis Diaz, Gnabry, and Kane is like you can maybe think of like four other teams right now that maybe have something better than that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. They're just if Carl is ever actually available enough to come on this show ever again, but he will be soon. I'm just fucking around. He's busy as shit with work. He will be his disappointment in Manchester United will be offset by his happiness about Bayern.
Yeah,
Right? Like you think that's fair?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Um, I mean PSG look like PSG still, so
Yeah, PSG look like PSG still. The only difference with PSG is if they get into another match where they're going to need to rely on their goalkeeper to make inhuman saves,
is is Chevrolet good enough? I know it's Chevalier, but I you have to think like
can the Chevy traverse the goal well enough to make saves?
exactly. They went from a Bugatti to a Chevy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that is genuinely like the one thing where it's like PSG had like that benefactor of, well, we just got to make it to penalties because we have like the fuck you goalkeeper standing in
Yep,
net. Like
yep.
they have the fuck you guy just standing there. Um, which just makes me think like if like Man City get rolling, I think that
Oh, they're
team
terrifying.
that team is there. Like we need to obviously what happens tomorrow with Napoli. I think it's a great first test for them. But dude, if that's a team that gets rolling, nobody's fucking stopping them. But obviously,
All right, so I think what Chad's trying to say is that if they get rolling, nobody's stopping them, but obviously we don't know. I think it would be utterly insane to see Kevin De Bruyne just absolutely ball out against Manchester City. I would love that. I would also love to see Rasmus Højlund just Manchester United reject play well. A KDB Højlund Scott McTominay master class in Manchester for Napoli would be unreal. And I'm going to try and get this episode up before that match, but we'll see how it goes. I am also really excited for the Newcastle Barca match. I want to see more of Waldemada. I want to see Barca against some other competition. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what both those sides can do. I think Barca should probably handily take that one. It really could go either way. You would expect Barca to win, but being in Newcastle, it could go either way. It's a stage setter, I guess, for the rest of their campaign, which is obviously how a Champions League starts. I do want to talk about, and I wish Chad were still here because of internet connection. He just keeps cutting in and out. But Benfica lost to Qarabag on Tuesday and literally said, fuck it, Jose Mourinho. And I just find that hysterical. I think it's going to be really cool to see him back there. I think it's going to be interesting just to kind of see how they rebound because nothing against Qarabag. They played an excellent match, but Benfica shouldn't lose at home to Qarabag. That's just like not how that should go. Chad has returned. I'm just going to fill you in that I was letting everybody know that Benfica lost to Qarabag and said, fuck it, Jose Mourinho. And I
Yeah.
find that amazing.
Oh, they hired Jose Mourinho?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's really funny. I have not kept up with that today.
I'm going to double check that.
I can't believe they lost to Quahog, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, they lost to Rhode Island.
A country the size of Rhode Island, yes. I mean, good for Baku, I guess. Pretty decent F1 track.
But yeah, Benfica have hired Jose Mourinho, Chad.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I won write it off already. They're winning the Champions League now.
I don't mean to cycle back into this for anybody who's listening, but I do need to let Chad know what I said while he was gone, how my perfect scenario for tomorrow, and if I can get this episode up before the game, is A, Hoyland McTominay KDB masterclass in Manchester for Napoli.
Oh yeah, I think it would be amazing. It's since Rodri's back, man.
Yep.
Like that's it. It's just like if they have like 95% Rodri,
He's so
no, no,
good.
then no
He's
one's beating
so
them.
good.
No one's beating that fucking team. That's just how good he is. Like,
He's,
I think he's only 29. That's like the crazier thing. He's been doing this for like 6 years. He's not even fucking 30 yet, man. Like, I think we need to genuinely start putting him in like all time conversations if we haven't already. I'm talking like the like past like 100 years of like those guys. Like he's like a genuine difference maker in the game in the sport.
I mean,
Like
he's one of the better CDMs I've ever seen.
he's one of one. Like it's so clear. It's so clear when they play without him versus when they do. It's such a different team. It's
Oh
such a
yeah.
different
For a
vibe.
city, he's definitely one and one or one of one. He's the most important. Say what you want about Holland. Say what you want about some of the other guys on that side. Rodri is the heart and soul of that team, and when he's healthy and he's playing well, they are a totally different animal.
So let's see if he's genuinely back. Then
Yeah, it could be scary.
especially you have Donnarumma in that.
Yep.
They,
Yep.
they kind of made like the 150 million pair for United look really, really silly.
I'm gonna use this as a little kind of segue kind of into the Premier League, but using Donnarumma as this. I saw a quote from Paul Scholes where he said that United signing Sen Lamans for 20 million. We don't know if he's a top goalkeeper, kind of whatever this, whatever that. They should have gone out and just signed Donnarumma. Like I firmly believe that a lot of these older Manchester United players have lost the plot in the understanding of where United is in the hierarchy right now. Gianluigi Donnarumma just won the Champions League. He's not going to go sign for a club that's not playing in the Champions League. That's not playing in Europe at all. I think a lot of these guys, United still has pull from a Premier League side to another Premier League side, I think. But for players coming over from abroad who have been Champions League performers, who have been Champions League winners, let's say, I don't think there's a realm where you pick a United over a City, where you pick a United over an Arsenal or a Chelsea, or I mean, obviously
It's
in
just
this
which
situation,
is
the
really
Liverpool.
just makes the Sesko signing even more like surprising.
Well, there's
Like,
other aspects of money.
I get that. Obviously, like a trillion dollars was thrown at him, but nobody else was throwing $1 trillion at him. But
Yeah, like
like,
he picked United over Newcastle because United said we're going to pay you everything, and Newcastle said we might have a lot of money, but we still have a wage structure.
yeah, it it's to me they're so
Yeah, I think a lot of these former players don't understand that their club doesn't have the same, and I will preface this again with international pull because I do think I understand Embuemo and I understand Cunha. I think there's still some kind of feeling of it's a step up to go to Manchester United, even though they're in worse positions.
so
But yeah, go ahead.
they're really riding high on the 2022 year where they finished third, despite the fact they finished way behind Arsenal and City. And so many people are still probably stuck with that. They've completely forgotten that they finished eighth and 15th and sitting 14th.
Yeah,
It's
like
like this, and losing that Europa League final was so damaged. Like now
I
it's a
mean,
culture
we
killing
talked about
game.
that at the end of last season. That's a death of a club.
Like it the thing is that with United right now, they could easily beat Spurs, but Spurs won that game.
Have you seen reports that apparently they're looking into playing midweek friendlies, like for money and stuff, just to kind of
United,
yeah, like
like
to
yeah,
keep
because
to keep the game kind of pressure up. I don't know how accurate that reporting is.
I really hope it's not. Good God, Jesus, who the fuck
All
would
the
they be facing? Are they facing like Hearts?
I
Like,
don't know,
should we
but
get like some Scottish clubs in there? Like,
all of the comments on it were like training pitch, not matches. I I brought this up last night
is
during our failed recording, but at what point do you start to look at Amorim and be like, dude,
is
you gotta change your fucking system.
what if he's like Anthony Richardson? He just needs more minutes.
Amorim?
Yes. What if he just needs more minutes to look at
Look,
his
I
team?
want him to get as
Like,
many minutes as humanly possible, but I I just think top managers oftentimes change their tactics to fit their opponents. If something's not working, you go to the drawing board and you draw something else up and you fix it. You don't you don't die by your ideas instead of changing. Because if Amorim doesn't turn this around, he's not getting another top management job.
yeah, which is really sad considering he went from like a really cool vibes like sporting team to in like what, like 9 months, like the most hated man at a club.
Yeah, but he went from a sporting team theoretically that one, I mean, borderline better or not better than all, but than most of the teams in their league, and two that very much fit his philosophy. And I don't know, I just feel like if you come in somewhere and your system doesn't work, and then you go out over a transfer window and you get players to fit your system, and then that doesn't work, maybe start to think about some tweaks to the setup.
I mean he has tweaked the setup. Like he's playing Bruno in a goddamn pivot.
No,
He's
so
not
when I say the
playing.
setup, I don't mean the lineup. I mean like the tactical setup
No,
of the
no, no. Yeah, like tactically, he's trying to put Bruno more further back in like a natural midfield role, which is like not his profile.
Also,
He's
like
not
if
really
you're not going to play Cobby, they should have let him go out on loan.
exactly like it's that's the other. I was just gonna get to that. It's like there is talent in this squad that I feel like any manager would love to at least try and like throw around. Like there are names like in this roster you look at and you like hate. Like you're like, why do I have to deal with this? It's like you still have the lick, you still have McGuire, you know, you
McGuire shows up when he's needed though. Like why is Luke
exactly.
Shaw still there?
Like yeah, exactly. Like what are we doing with Luke Shaw? What do we, it's like you might not like maybe Casemiro or Ugarte. And it's like obviously they're kind of not good, but it's like at least do try, man. At least like try to maybe like be like, hey, maybe we just go more. I
All right, Chad is I don't know where Chad's trying to go with that. Hopefully he comes back soon. I'm just gonna let him kind of fill back in when he comes back. But I United are in shambles, and Amorim has said things like, "If you don't like the philosophy, change the man." I stand by that. Sometimes you maybe have to change up your maybe not your overarching coaching philosophy, but if the 3-5-2 isn't always working, change it or experiment with it. Do something. It's just not working. They look flat. They don't play well. They're just not good. They've also played enough matches still with Bayern and net where I feel like Le Mans should have gotten on the pitch. It might just be one match. I could be wrong there. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like I'm at a very interesting point with Manchester United where they're the team in the Premier League, obviously, as a Liverpool supporter that I dislike the most. But I also like the rivalry, and I don't want to really see a world where they become a pity club versus an actual contender. I don't want to see a world where we have to start having conversations. Are they still a Big Six club? I mean, that's going to take a very, very long time to get to. But I don't know. I mean, if they keep shitting the bed and they keep finishing bottom table, I mean, really just kind of how far could they fall? Chad, what were you saying about Casemiro and Ugarte?
just try. Just if just try, Amorim. Just try, bro. Like you're not the manager of a McDonald's, you're the manager of a pro team. Try to figure something out, dude.
That's what I've been saying. Like, make some formation
He's
changes.
he genuinely has like toxic manager energy where he just lets the shit show continue and he's like, what am I supposed to do? It's like, buddy, that's your job.
I'm more upset than the fans when we lose a match.
Oh shit, you're the fucking oh, they're ordering food in the kitchen. They expect me to run a professional football club. Ah, no.
Yeah, I don't.
God. So
They're just bad.
like yeah, it's not a good squad. Even like on base, like let's say even with let's say the front three that they got is good, and Bruno's having a good year. That team is finishing like sixth or fifth at best. Like they are a
Yeah,
at best low tier like B squad, like B
yeah,
rate.
I would agree with that.
But obviously you gotta somehow tactically figure this out because you have 4 points in 4 matches, and your only win is against a Burnley team that by some God given miracle beat Sunderland. So
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm still gatekeeping them from the relegation battle because they don't deserve that. I think they should just die alone in their own little hole of like
United?
sitting, yeah, of like sitting like 11th to 14th for like 7 years. Like I don't think they should. Like I hope they're honestly too good to get relegated, so they just suck. They just sit there and fester for like years on end.
That's fair enough, especially because if United got relegated and then they got promoted, the promotion money with United would be scary.
Exactly.
Especially because they're Manchester United, they're always going to make a fuck ton of money from revenue.
Yeah.
Like, they're one of the few clubs that doesn't really need European football on a consistent basis to be able to spend large quantities of money.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I would like to see them kind of in that mid to bottom table purgatory, but not quite relegation.
Yeah.
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 So I know we were talking about 007s earlier. Has a Premier League team ever gone 007? Because
Um.
Villa are 3 matches away.
God, that would be so funny, dude.
No goals. I mean, obviously, if you're
Uh,
side, no goals also
well, no,
means no assists.
I also like Ryan. You said this in the failed attempt last night about Unai Emery.
Yeah,
What happened, man?
I gave him
We
manager of
all
the
gave
year shouts last
we all
year.
gave him his flowers because he made an Aston Villa team that should not have looked that impressive look really good. And now Yuri Tillmans is finally playing like the Yuri Tillmans I remember. It not pretty. It's not good. Also, Ollie Watkins has been pee pee poo poo.
Has he been pee pee poo poo or poo poo pee pee?
You know what, dude? He's been poo poo pee pee. He hasn't even been pee pee poo poo.
Okay.
Like usually you go pee poop. He's going poo pee.
Yeah.
It's been not good. It's been
It's been not
bad
good.
vibes. Bad
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Can't say that. I
Are you gonna put Wolvesaurus in prison the next time you see him?
yes.
Okay. Because they fucking suck.
That oh God. I really had hope. At least like a little bit of hope. You look at it and you're like, they got like three people named like Gomez on the team. Like that's got to be at least something.
I don't even know what to do with that. But
No, there literally is. There's like they have like two midfielders in like their left back. They have like Gomes or Gomez, and like that's the only thing I know about their squad because the rest of it has been sold.
fair enough. Fair enough. We could actually, I mean, we're another kind of slight overreaction, but we could have a year where the promoted sides, some of them at least, stay up. I
This
mean,
is the year, I think.
Sunderland have looked shockingly good.
Yes,
I I think some of that and more than some of it comes down to Granit Xhaka.
I think it's all Granit Xhaka.
I think I mean the other players have been performing, but having a
Well, it's
guy with that kind of leadership and that kind of grit and that kind of experience is so helpful.
I'd give more credit to Xhaka and like Isidore for like the attack, like the back line and the goalkeeper they have. I think it's like Roofs. He's a Netherlands guy. Um, they picked up like from the Netherlands. He's been really good. Um, but I feel like When personally I saw them pick up Chaka, that was the signing. I'm like, this team is so fucking cooked. Like, there's no shot
Why did
that
you
like
think that that would cook them?
because they were a newly promoted side, and that was the signing. I just did not think Shaka had it. I know he's only 32. He looked okay at Leverkusen. I just did not think the Leverkusen would translate, especially considering he was okay with Arsenal back in like 22.
Hmm.
He almost got like a double in goals and assists, but like I thought that that was what best we were going to see, and they went to Leverkusen, and I'm thinking that's just not going to translate back. They've somehow figured it out to translate it back, and
I also think he's such a locker room presence that probably gives them motivation and confidence.
that's the thing is that usually when you sign the locker room guy, it's not a good signing. Coming from personal experience, like signing Connor Cody for the locker room guy, just for him to suck and be injured, did not end up going well for Leicester City. But when you have a locker room guy who's also good on the pitch,
Yeah.
that clearly translate into like, oh, this guy's actually like going to be a leader. He's
Hmm.
not the dude sitting in the locker room like clapping it up for 45 minutes in like his joggers. Like
He leads
I,
by example.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, he leads. He is the lion that he is. What's the term? Is it like a be more afraid of a lion that leads a pack of sheep than a sheep that leads a pack of lions? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. There was some brain rot TikTok like audio I remember, but like he is a lion that leads a pack of sheep, and it's fucking working. We have a fun Sunderland team in the year of our Lord 2025 after like 40 years of them like not being anywhere Premier League ready.
Yep. You know what's crazy to me?
What?
The Merseyside Derby is probably going to be more meaningful this season than Liverpool and United.
Brian, I just
What?
want you to look at the table right now before now that you mentioned Everton right after Sunderland.
Okay, it's 7-6. We went Sunderland, then Everton. We did not go Everton and then Sunderland.
But no, yeah, I Everton's a fun team as well. That's like actually like about fucking time, assholes. You like barely survived like 4 years from relegation, and
And now they have Villa Jack.
now they have a Jack Grealish who has some mustard to his name and mustard to his game. And I mean, 4 assists in as many matches is pretty fucking cracked.
Yeah. I I think anybody who thought that we weren't going to see this version of Jack Grealish was out of their mind. He went from being a guy that his managers at Villa were like, "Hey Jack, go do your thing," to being a guy at City who just had to play within a system because that's just kind of how Pep plays. There isn't much room for freedom of expression on the pitch. You play within the system or you don't play. And he went over to Everton and now it's just, hey Jack, do your thing.
Like, who would have thought Jack Grealish and Conference League MVP Kieran Dewsbury Hall would carry this team to where they are
Who
right now?
who would have thought that if you had just said to a baller, hey, go ball, you would get good results?
What do we even need managers for, man? Like, what do we like? Just let them play.
Dude,
We
that would
don't
be
need this.
so. Could you imagine though if like the
I
entire
would be that man.
sport?
I would be that pro manager. I'd be like, fuck tactics, dude. Like, you're all 11 individually good enough. Just don't fucking let the ball in your own net.
I mean, hey, Ole did manage Manchester United.
Yeah, there you go. That was their tactic is like
Fuck it, we ball.
high end talent. We're just like the Steelers, high end talent. Go
Fair
with that
enough.
team.
Fair enough. Before we get out of here, I do think the top four is looking exactly how we would have expected with Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, and Bournemouth.
I agree. Everyone had Bournemouth in fourth. I don't know why this is a big deal.
I I'm really excited for how the season, is going to turn out. I think it's interesting and it's probably a good thing that Liverpool haven't been playing their best footy and they're 5 for 5 in the or 4 for 4 in the Prem. I I think with all the signings they've made, when everything starts clicking, it could be dangerous. I I'm also actually pretty excited by Arsenal. This weekend against City is going to be very telling. If they go out there and they take care of business, we have a legitimate Arsenal side on our hands. And if they just play behind the ball and sit back and defend and try and not lose, nothing has changed.
Are we gonna get the good Gooners or the bad Gooners?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I don't even think Arsenal knows at this point.
I don't even think Arteta knows, and he's the one that
I think
probably should.
Arteta like does like the Simpsons bit where they cut off the head of a chicken and wherever it falls. No, is that Family Guy? Yeah, it's Family Guy. They cut off the head of a chicken and it falls to a spot, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna actually like attack today." Maybe he
Yeah.
like maybe he's like a tabletop guy and he just rolls a D20. That's his tactic for the day. He's like, "All right, we're starting soccer today, guys.
Yeah.
Go do your thing, kid." That's
Yeah.
a guy that needs to not fucking manage. There you go. Like, let your high end talent be high end talent.
I mean, if they don't win something this year, he's gone.
I think they are good enough to win this year, especially now that the evil guy is out of midfield.
Huh?
Especially now that the evil guy is out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
midfield.
Yeah. The ghost of the goon.
Yes, the ghost of the goon has been kicked off,
Fair enough.
sent to elsewhere. I don't even know where the fuck he is, and I don't care. Maybe that's all that they needed.
Might be. Might be. I think we're gonna call it there. It's late. This is our third take at this episode. We're really happy to be back. Hopefully, we have a Carl soon. But we will catch you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Chad, hit an outro.
Matawu is winning the league. Go Leicester.